Hey, hello everyone. All right, good evening. Okay, let's get our session started. And yes, we are half an hour early today. All right, but thank you very much for those of you who have joined me in this earlier session this weekend. All right, now, so I have another boot camp happening tomorrow. All right, so I'm just gonna move things a little bit earlier, but I'm not gonna discount on any information that I'm prepared, all right, to share with all of you today. Now, so as promised over here, okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about what's happening in the cryptos, or more specifically, the Bitcoin move that we have saw recently. All right, and I'm going to tie it up with what's happened in the markets this week, right, and bring a little bit of light, right, into your understanding of how the markets are related in terms of how they move. Okay, now, hi, City Chai, hi, Eileen, and hi, Jimmy. All right, welcome to the session. All right, and also, all right, to our inaugural, all right, hi, Facebook user. All right, you are always welcome to join us in our sessions. Okay, now, so if you happen to see yourself on the list, all right, as a Facebook user, it would help us very much, okay, if you would be able to go to streamyard.com, right, and click on the Facebook approve button, right? And I do believe Rutira, all right, now I believe that it is you, right, that I'm speaking to right now, okay, all right, Rutira, okay, now, so please make sure you check yourself, okay? All right, now, thank you very much. Okay, now, so congratulations, Andy. All right, Andy, it looks like anything that has to do with making money, all right, you're in it, yeah? All right, now, but do pay attention to what I'm going to share with all of you, okay? Because if you believe that the major coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum, all right, is linked to the movements of all these smaller coins, all right, I have some information, I have some news for all of you, okay? Now, but let me make it very clearly first, okay, that I'm by no means any crypto experts. Okay, now all I'm doing is tying up the recent move, right, with what I see happening in the markets, right, and what I feel is happening right now, okay, and what you should be doing or be prepared for. Okay, now, so let's get this session started officially, and thank you and welcome to all of you who have joined me in this session. Right, if you do like the idea of me being able to provide some market updates, right, and not just about the stock markets, but about how the different financial markets are actually linked, right, into the stock market itself, right? It would help me, right? It will help, help us grow together if you can click the like and the share buttons for this Facebook Live, okay? Now, so I hope you have invited your friends who have dabbled. I'm not talking about hardcore crypto investors, but people who have dabbled into their coins over here. Okay, now, so let me bring the light into picture, and then we'll go into our portfolio management for today's session, okay? Now, all right, now, ooh. Okay, so let's go into the market first, and let me talk about what's happening in the markets, okay? Now, so we have the market sell-off that has been taking off, all right? And in this market sell-off, right, many of you would start to realize that there was actually a sharp burst up, okay? Now, before I get scolded, or before I get reminded, that may be the right way to say it, right? All right, I'm removing the banner. Don't scold me. All right, now, so yes, all right, I do remember a very important part over here. I will be talking about live trade suggestions that I'll be placing on my own personal live account, which is the live model portfolio that I built with all of you over the last 1 year. We are heading into year 2 right now. Okay, but please understand, any moves I make, any things that I'm putting out, right, is purely coming from an educational purpose, right? So it is by no means any form of recommendations in any form or any way, okay? Now, if you do decide to take any of these trades or follow any of them, please be well aware of all the risk involved, all right? Because all investing, all trading involves the risk of loss. So make sure you're aware of what you're into before actually making any of your personal decisions, okay? All right, now, so with that done, okay, now what has the SPX done in the last 1 week? Nothing, right? Yes, we did have a sharp burst up on Friday. Yes, Friday, okay, a reversal because the market opened here at the low, all right, and then it closed higher over here, right? And that momentum followed through yesterday, right? But if you realize yesterday we had a little bit of an opposite over here. We had it opening at the low, right, surging all the way up to the high over here, all right, before dropping and closing on the lower end of the entire candle. Okay, now today, all right, we are mixed. Okay, we are neither up nor neither down right now. Why? Why is this happening? Because we are at an important resistance level right now, the 4,400 level. Now, if all of you have joined me for many weeks, you have realized me saying this, right? 4,400 is a support turn resistance, right? So for right now, it acts as a resistance on the index itself. If it manages to break 4,400, right, we can expect, right, it to challenge 4,500, right? Which means, okay, if it breaks through with conviction, right, we can actually see a retest of the last high, right, or the recent high in the entire market. But, okay, the tide has turned. Okay, that's something I need to bring to your attention, right? Which means now we are in the corrective phase, not the bearish phase yet, because we have not experienced any severe form of correction yet. Okay, so there's no reason to turn bearish. Okay, but the market is in a correction phase. Yeah, right. There is weakness present in the market right now. Okay, now, so if it resumes a downturn, all right, which means if the market sells off, right, we may see the market fall all the way down to the 4260, right, which it tried to challenge over here, right, but it didn't complete. Right now, so let's see what happens. All right, and let the markets build up. All right, and let's see what is about to unfold. Okay, now the next part over here. How does this link, right, to the movement, the recent movement in Bitcoins? Okay, now, so if you look at this chart right now, okay, and then let me pull up, right, the Bitcoin futures chart. Now, I'm just trying to do a comparison. It's not that I trade the Bitcoin futures, okay? Now, and I do understand that with the fees involved and the commission charges, it is pointless to trade Bitcoin futures as well, okay? But if you look at the Bitcoin futures chart, while the markets are getting weak, all right, do all of you realize, all right, there was a boom, right, in the Bitcoin futures or Bitcoin price itself? It went from like 41,000, right, to breaking past 50,000. Why? Because first, right, the Fed Reserve, all right, has announced whatever they're gonna do, right, and that has caused the market to plunge, right. And at the same time, when the markets plunge, right, there was actually a rotation of capital. Yes, this is all about rotation of capital, right, or at least that's how I see it. Okay, now, so there's a rotation of capital, right, and they felt that Bitcoin, which has been pushed down for quite a while now, right, is probably worth a punt. Right, so they moved money into the Bitcoin futures or Bitcoin itself, sorry. Okay, and what happened is we see the surge. Okay, and now that we have this, can you see what happened yesterday? All right, while the markets did a strong recovery, all right, what did Bitcoin do? All right, can all of you see that? All right, Bitcoin started to have that pivot as well. Okay, now, so when Bitcoin has this pivot, right, what does it mean? It means, all right, that right now, okay, you need to be careful. Right now, I don't mean going short on Bitcoin over here, but what I mean is if any of you has bought on the way up, right, you might want to scale out of your positions, all right, or start to think about taking some profits. So that's what you should be thinking about right now. Okay, now you don't need to be in a hurry to sell everything at one go, right, but you can start to nibble out of your positions if you start to see some profits or you have some of these profits. Yeah, okay, now, so that's how I see it over here. Right, because as you can see, all right, today is another pivot point, candle, as we see a doji that's happening right now on Bitcoin prices itself. Right now, so there, the weakness is building up. Right, and the next thing that I see is this, because some of you will say, but Terence, what if the markets continue to go higher? All right, because as you said, right, how do I say this? If the markets continue to go higher, all right, what's going to happen is going to push the Bitcoin prices down because capital is going to rotate, all right, it's going to rotate out of cryptos and back into the markets, all right, because they're chasing performance. Okay, but Terence, what if it resumes its downtrend, right? Does it mean, all right, that money is going to come out and then it's going to go back into Bitcoins? Now, while the last time, all right, the money went into Bitcoin, that was because Bitcoin prices were trading at 41,000. That was considered depressed. But right now, the market has already chased it to above 50, right? We have a breakout level over here, right? And the next thing now is this, right? There is an overhead resistance at about 57,000. Now, so the last time when people were chasing at 57,000, many of them probably didn't manage to get out, right? So if it does challenge 57,000 again, right, there will be all these people who are probably looking to take break evens or get out of their positions with small losses. All right, so there is a lot of overhead pressure that might be, causing selling on Bitcoin itself. Okay, once again, like I said, I'm no expert when it comes to Bitcoin. I've not studied much about Bitcoin over here, but I'm just trying to link it to what's happening in the markets. Now, so while the markets come down, Terence, does it mean that Bitcoin will surge upwards? Now, think about it this way, right? When money rotates, they want to rotate it into what we call a more defensive play. right? So Bitcoin at 41,000, right? And with the Fed probably saying they're not going to, impose any, further curbs on cryptocurrencies, right? That may cause, a little bit of lags or turn in negativity on cryptos. Okay, but now there is surge up, right? It has become expensive. It's no longer depressed. It's no longer undervalued. So if money is looking to rotate out, it's probably not going to rotate back into cryptos again, right? So see how the play has changed, right, from the last time around, right? So all this, when I link it up, right, it has led me to a point whereby I say, hey, the Bitcoin has did a great surge, right? But it may be time for a correction move on what's happening on the Bitcoin now, right? So if Bitcoin prices start to correct, right, how does this affect all the other different coins? And this is where I say I'm no longer an expert, right? Because I do know that some smaller coins, or they call alternate coins, are linked more towards the Ethereum prices, right? And some of these altcoins are linked very strongly to Bitcoin prices, right? So this is where you have to do your own due diligence now. Yeah, okay. But what I'm trying to tell you, right, is the risk that is present, right now on the Bitcoin itself. Yeah. So if any of you are vested over here, right, and you have got in recently, you have got some nice profits, right, you may want to consider scaling out. Okay, all right, but I'll leave that decision to you. This is just what I see in the markets, right, and this is what I observe over here. All right, I just want to bring it to your attention because I felt that, hey, it's a Friday session. All right, I look towards trying to teach all of you a little bit more about something every single week. All right, and this week, all right, we try to see the idea of money rotation happening in the markets. Right, so when markets fall, money comes out of all the high-flying sectors. Right, how do these fund managers think? Right, and where do they move their money? Right, so obviously the theme of this week, all right, is Bitcoin. Yeah, okay, all right, now, so that's it. Okay, all right, now, Andy, I'll leave the decision to you. Yeah, all right, I've told you about the links over here, and we all know for now. Right, alternate coins are always linked to the price movement of the bigger coins. Yeah, all right, now. All right, let's get going. Let me get back to the markets right now. So we have talked about the views of the market. All right, as of right now, let me go back to the SPX. All right, so we are at a key inflection point over here, all right, which means it may hit the resistance and resume the downward move, all right, or it may continue to break out. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm also going to start rotating some of my positions, right? So I'm going to do a little bit of capital rotation in my accounts and in the positions that I have right now as well. Okay, now, so let's go ahead and take a look at our trades, okay? All right, now, so the first trade I want to look at, let's go do some portfolio management. Now, how's our VZ doing? All right, so we have sold a $55 call option on VZ that expires on the 15th of October. All right, now, so let's go to VZ right now and let's check what has the prices done. All right, it doesn't seem like much over here. All right, so we'll let it expire. All right, we have one more week to go. If it doesn't cross 55, we'll let it expire and then look towards selling a second set of 55 call options on it. Yeah, okay. Right now, so what's the next position? Rio. Right now, so we have Rio over here, which probably isn't doing too well, right? But like I said, I'm not too pressured because the prices of the stock, right, it's very depressed. And it pays a very, very hefty dividend. All right, so we're getting a very, very good dividend yield on it. All right, it's popped. Right, can all of you see this? Right, that's what we're waiting for over here. Right, so it was trading around 60, 66, 65 levels. Right, and pop it went. All right, and now today we are at 68.60. Okay, we are at 68.60, but we are nowhere near our entry price because we entered at about 77.20. Right, and lessing off about $2, we are still at about 75 level. All right, so our break-even price is about 75. All right, so we'll wait till the stock gets around perhaps 73, 74 levels. All right, and we'll look towards selling a call option to collect more cash flow. Okay, HIMX, we have 15 October, $12 puts. All right, let's go. Looks like it's stuck in the channel right now, right? Nothing to worry about, but nothing to shout about as well. All right, we've got another week to go, so I'm going to hang on to this trade, this position, right? And if nothing works out, I'll just take delivery of the stock. All right, now, so we've collected how much? 119, right? 119. We are down, but I would say we're probably not too much down. 119 for, 15 October, $12 puts. Yep, it's about 165. All right, now, so we still have a chance on this. All right, so let's see next week. All right, it is next Friday, so let's have a look next Friday together. All right, now, and we have CL. CL is the next one, 77.50. Also next Friday. All right, it's about 220 today. All right, we are trading at about $75. CL 220, we're still a little bit under. We have one more week to go. So let's continue to observe this and let's have a look. All right, CPB. I have a 43 put that expires next Friday. We have collected 120 on it. So let's check in on this position. CPB. All right, $43 puts. All right, we can close it for less than $1. All right, so we do have a profit on this trade. So I'm going to go ahead and try and close this today. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to close this trade, this put option today. Let's see what we're going to close it for. Hang on, give me a while, everyone. All right, there we go. All right, so I've closed it over here. And yes, I've closed it for 95 cents. All right, we have bought 3 of those options for 95 cents over here. The CPB 43 put option. All right, so it's now officially closed in our accounts over here. All right, so let's write it down. We have another small winner over here to shout about or to talk about, not to shout about. All right, 95 cents. All right, it was a loser turn winner, and we pocketed $75 in cash flow for this trade. All right, we closed it out today on the 7th. Is it the 7th today? No, it's the 8th. 8th of October. Oh, man. Right, and it frees up 13,000, all right, of a capital over here. So I can reuse $13,000 of my capital on a new trade, on a new position. All right, so that's good. That's something to look into later on. All right, and our winner. All right, now PFE. All right, so we have PFE at $44 for December. All right, no major movement, so probably not much changes over here. All right, our last position, MO. All right, so we have MO over here at $45 for January. All right, and we collected $253 for it. So let's have a look. MO. Up. We did have that strong rebound. All right, so let's see if it's worth closing over here. 21st January, $45 put. So if we close it today, all right, we can get about 180, 185 to close this. All right, so let's have a look. We are collecting about pretty decent. We're collecting about 70 cents, right, which is about 1/3 of the entire trade itself in about 1 week. All right, so I'm gonna take it. All right, I'm gonna take another position off over here. All right, I'll explain to all of you my chain of thought. Right, so there's always a reason why I'm looking to close positions. Right, and there must be a reason behind this as well. All right, but I am taking. All right, so I'm taking MO off the table as well. All right, so let's see the prices. MO. All right, they took my prices over here. All right, I placed an order for 185. You can see the last done price is now at 185. All right, so we are close. We are done for 185 on ammo as well. All right, just to verify that, I've just closed ammo January 45 puts by buying 3 at 185 over here. So I'm filled on this trade, all right, at about 22 minutes, which is right now, actually. All right, now, so let's go ahead and record this. So we clocked out 2 winners tonight. 185. That's $200 in cash flow on 3 options in a week. Right? I wouldn't complain about that. This is a 1 week trade. And freeing up another 13,000 in capital. Right, awesome. Okay, all right now. So let me get to the reason of why I'm closing the trades, okay? Now, so Angeline, all right, now Angeline is saying, for real, why don't we do a call now, all right, to collect cash flow? Simple, Angeline, all right, because if you sell any call options right now, the strike price of the call option will be below the cost price of your shares. So if anybody exercises on your call, you will still end up losing money on the stock, right? So that's not what we want, because in that case, all right, I wouldn't do this. Right, I only sell put options as a form of making money, right, instead of buying the stock. But when we get into trouble, I'm okay with owning the stock, right? And right now, I'm a happy owner of the stock. Okay, but if I do get a chance to get more cash flow out of it, being a stock owner, I would do it, right? But losing money on the stock and doing it doesn't make a lot of sense, right? So that's why I'm just waiting. Okay, all right, Angeline. All right, now, so yes, back to the part where. Why am I closing positions today? Simple, because I want to add new positions and I want to make use of capital. All right. So when I have good trades like ammo today, which has given me good profits in a week, all right, it's not that I can't continue in the trade, but I think that I can find a better use for the same capital. All right. So that's why I'm taking off the trade, realizing my profits and reusing the same amount of capital, right, on a new trade, right, that I think will provide me better returns. That's it. All right. Better use of the capital, remember? Yeah. Okay. Now. So let's get going. So the first trade that I want to add today, right? I'm sure many of you will not think about this, right? But the first stock I want to add today is actually Intel. Yes. All right. Now, why Intel, Terence? Why? Simple. It's dirt cheap. Right? Everybody hates Intel right now. Okay. And that's why it's so cheap. All right. Can you imagine a company of Intel's magnitude, a company of Intel's profitability, all right, but trading at only 12 PE? Right, that's not possible. All right, and now it all means is this: if the market sells off, nobody's gonna sell Intel. It has so much short interest right now, right, that it may just happen to have one of those short squeeze. Now, of course, the capital or the shares or the market caps involved is too big, right? So it's not your GameStop, it's not your AMC, but the short interest is very high right now, right? So it's very simple to get a short squeeze on this stock, right? And we'll see a burst up. All right, now, so I like that idea. I like that it also pays a dividend, right? So I'm going to take a position, right? But at the same time, right, we are in a potential market correction phase. So I'm not going to risk, the short-term expiry. I'm going to look at something longer, right? So I'm going to give it some time. I'm going to give it into the year-end rally, right? So I'm going to take the year-end rally into account over here, right? And let's see if this ROI makes sense for us to take it, all right? Let's check out the ROI. So 70 days would mean 10 weeks, right? Let's see if it pays well. All right, it pays well. All right, I'm going to take it, everyone. All right, now. So let me get my order ready. So we're I'm gonna add a 17 December 5250 puts on Intel over here. Right, as usual, my platform is so laggy over here whenever I'm on the StreamYard software. All right, all of you have the chance and have the shot at front running me. Oh my goodness. Right, it's the same usual 3 option contracts over here. All right, and let's see if I can get it. Oh man, they're not giving it to me. See what I mean when all of you front run me? Facebook user, would you like to sponsor me? Time to change the computer. Would you like to sponsor me? It works fine. All right, it works fine. It's just when you have too many platforms open at one time, all right, no matter what computer you use, all right, it's probably gonna cause the same effect. Oh man, I can't get my prices. All of you are jumping me. All right, remember this, everyone. All right, there is no need to run for the prices. There's no need to rush for the prices. All of you have all night to work on it. Yeah. All right, that's it. I'm done. I'm not chasing the prices anymore. All right, now, so this is my order. I placed it down to 210 over here. All right, if it gets done, it gets done. If it doesn't, too bad. Yeah, all right, I'll just wait for a better price to come back up. Now, so I've placed an order to sell 3 put options over here for $2.10. Okay, now let's see before we end the session if this works out, because there is another stock that I want to add today. All right, but I just want to relook and recheck the charts if it makes sense for me to get in today. We've created this before. Oh man, no, not today then. All right, I wanted to get in a Tupperware, but it has already did a run. All right, so I'm going to pause on this, okay? All right, now, but we can get into another. All right, yes, I'm going to jump on Gillette today. All right, so I like Gillette over here. I'm going to jump on Gillette Sciences. All right, now, so let's go have a look at Gillette Sciences. It is trading at a very, very decent PE level after the sell-off in the healthcare sector. All right, so let's have a look at it. $10 weeks. Yep, it pays well. I'm going to take it as well. All right, now, let's go. Oh, I'm here. Now, so for this trade, it's a slightly costlier stock. So I'm going to downsize my trade position to just 2 contracts, all right, because of my capital, all right, and the allocation of my capital. I don't want to put too much into the markets at one go, all right. So I'm going to trade 2 contracts of this stock. All right, now, so let's go. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So how much do I want to sell this for? Oh man. All right, now I've got taken at $3 over here. So I've sold 2 of these contracts at $3. That is done. All right, there we go. So after the ammo trade, GILD is done for December 67.50 puts. So I've sold 2 options over here for $3 on the portfolio. Now my Intel order is still being worked right now, so I'm waiting for that order. Okay, now so this is done. Oh, I've actually highlighted it. Somebody said time to change computer. Oh my goodness. I apologize, Joshua. I didn't know I actually highlighted it. All right. So let's go. Let's analyze this trade together. Now, so I placed 2 orders over here. Right now, let's go to the first one that is filled. Right, and then I'll do up the second one, which is not filled yet. Right, so 70. All right, it's a 2-hour contract trade on Gillette Sciences. Right, it's 17 December expiry, and we have sold the 67.50 put option. Right now, this is done on 8th of October, and we have collected $3 for this. Now, so we're going to end up with $600 in cash flow, right? But this trade requires 13,500. Just nice, right? I've closed out my 13,500 on MO, right? And it's immediately replaced for a Gillette trade, right? Ain't too bad, yeah? Right now, let's look at the returns right now. So this one, it's a $3 on an investment of $67.50, right? So that's about 4.44% return. Okay, but this trade only lasts for 10 weeks. So if we analyze it, it's a 23% ROI trade. So can you see why I'm taking it? All right, because it makes sense. Okay, now, so that's done, that's dusted. All right, and our next potential trade, if we do get it filled, all right, it'll be trade 72 on our portfolio. All right, that's a 3 contract trade, and the order was placed on Intel. It is not done yet, all right, but the order was placed on Intel. Oh, man. Also for 17 December, all right, what was the strike that we placed it on? It's a 17 December 52.50. All right, 52.50 puts. All right, and we placed it for $2.10. Right now, it's not filled yet. Okay, I'm just going to put NF over here, not filled yet. Okay, now, so only when it's filled, we'll reflect on it next week, all right, in our live session. Okay, all right, now, why again? Simple, because if we calculate the ROIs, it's a $2.10 return on a 52.50 stock. So again, it's a 4% return. Now, can you see it still hits that 20.8% ROI? Now, so it fits the bill over here, all right, and that's why we're going for that trade. So we closed out 2 of our trades over here, right? And then we reloaded the capital into 2 trades, or we attempted. We've got 1 right now. We are just waiting for the other. Okay. All right. Now, so that's the trades. That's the stocks that we're looking at so far. All right. Any questions? All right. Any questions? All right. Before we close up and end off for today. I'll just hang on for a while because there's always a lag over here. All right, so meanwhile, we're waiting for any potential questions. I'm just going to highlight, all right, that for our CL trade, which expires next Friday, together with HIMX, we may end up, right, we may end up with our next set of stocks where we may have to take delivery, yeah? All right, now, Andy, why GILD? It's also a very, very simple reason, right? GILD is in the sciences department, right? So it's pretty much in the healthcare range or the biosciences. So biosciences, right, has been a very, very profitable business, right? It's been doing well, right? It pays a dividend, which yields about 4% right now based on the price. Okay, it's been a profitable company, all right? The prices are low, it's undervalued, all right? It's trading at 16 PE, right? And then on the charts wise, it's been sold off, all right? So for very reasons over here, all right? It's trading near support level as well. Yeah, all right now. So I like the idea. I put it to capital. I put my capital to work, all right? And that's pretty much it. Yeah. All right, so Andy, right now, everything is chosen from my basket of stocks. All right, so I rotate around my basket of stocks, which are what we call ever rising stocks. All right, now, so I simply see which one of them are trading at low valuations. All right, and which one right now also belongs to a slightly defensive sector. Right, so in case the market sells off, right, this sector would benefit from the money flow. Right, so it'll push the prices higher. Yeah, all right, now, so yep. Angeline, right now, the fundamentals over here are pretty much great stocks, great companies. all right? And one of them that you show you, all right, that I talk week in, week out, is pretty much at PE ratios, right? So for, blue chip or big cap category kind of stocks, PE ratios are actually very, very good measurements of how cheap the valuation currently is. So PE ratio is price over earnings ratio. Right now, do I look at other measures over here? Right? Yes, I do look at one magic number, which I teach all my students over here. And that has helped me simplify how I value stocks and immediately know, right, if a stock's valuation is actually very, very cheap. Right? So this is something that I teach to my trading members. And this is also something that I teach to my community members as well. All right. So if you're interested to find out how you can do or practice a market valuation on a stock, right, with just one number, right, that you have been asking over here, right, do considering joining one of our mentorship programs, right, so we can start trading together with you, right, and showing you the ropes, right, on how you can create better profits, bigger profits with the same set of stocks that you're seeing today. All right, now, so I hope that helps you over here. All right, if you are already with us, then you'll find it in one of our tutorials that we offer. Yeah. Okay, could we share about how do I calculate the ROIs again? Very, very simple. All the trades that we do every Friday are portfolio puts right now. And by the term of portfolio puts, it can also be selling a naked put or selling a cash secure put. So I'm putting up the cash for every single trade, right? The cash for what? The cash to buy the stocks if anything happens. So my investment is the cost of the share. So taking into Gillette Sciences, right? I sold the 67.50 puts. So I'm going to prepare $67.50 for every put option that I sell. Yeah, all right now. So I hope you understand that. Okay, now, and then, right, what's going to happen is I've collected $3, right? So the calculation of ROI will be $3 divided, right? $3 divided by 67.50. Yeah, all right, $3 divided by 67.50. Yeah, okay, now, so that's how I calculate the ROI. And this trade lasts for 10 weeks. So I like to annualize the returns. Why do I do that? Because all I'm saying is if I repeat the same type of trades over and over again, with this set of capital, am I achieving my goal, right? And what's our goal for this portfolio, right? A targeted return of anywhere from 10 to 20%. So if I can hit trades, all right, that I take every time, right, that's paying me 20% per annum, can you see how I'm taking one little step towards that big goal at the end of every year? All right, okay, so whoever this Facebook user is, right, I should not be answering your question, all right, because I did say, all right, I will only answer questions to if I can address to you in particular in person. Yeah. All right. Okay. But I've done so. Oh my goodness. All right, Angeline. All right. Thank you very much. We will be starting really, really soon on the 24-hour. Okay. But 24-hour is an event-based driven trading system. Right. So in there, we will be learning how to trade earnings together. Right. So this fundamental valuations belong to another one of our mentorship programs over here. Right, but don't worry about it. All right, join us with 24-hour. All right, take it first. All right, and then we'll take it from there. Yeah. Okay, Angeline. All right, welcome. All right, welcome. Now, so it seems like that's the only question that I have over here. All right, together with Andy. All right, which I've already answered as well. So once again, thank you very much, all of you, for joining me in this Facebook live session again. If you can just hit the like button before you leave the session. All right, and also hit the share button so they can reach out to more people, right, and have more people join us so that I can help educate them on their investment journey. All right, let's work together, okay? Yes, Joshua, we got filled on Intel as well, all right? So the Intel trade is also a failed trade, so it will officially be 72 over here. All right, so it's done. So let me take this out. All right, so $630 in cash flow, right, and 15,750 exposure. So my portfolio is exposed right now at $101,000. Right, so $101,000 on a $117,000 portfolio. So I'm still about 85-90% exposed. Right, so markets are dangerous, but when you're building an investment portfolio, you have a longer horizon. So when you have a longer horizon, everything is always seen in a much different manner. Right, if opportunities come, knock on it. Yeah, all right, knock on it. That's how I do it. Yeah, all right. Now, okay. Tom, you will be there tomorrow. All right. You are already in our members channel as well. So anything related to this program, we will be dishing out in the members channel. Okay. All right. Now, so looking forward to seeing all of you will be joining me for the bootcamp tomorrow. All right. And we will be trading earnings. All right. Which starts on the 18th of October. All right. Thank you very much for joining me once again in this Facebook live session. All right. I hope I've added value as usual on a week-to-week basis. All right, and same time. All right, I would say same time. All right, but around 10 to 10:30 p.m. Singapore time, GMT plus 8. I will see all of you next Friday. All right, so yes, it will be the same day. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have benefited from the session, and see all of you next Friday. Okay, bye bye for now.